What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we're exploring the end. Let's get started. Look at that beautiful dragon's egg. Love that thing. I really love how we've got it on display now. Yeah, I'm really proud of that. And today we are going back to the end because we need an Elytra. We need an Elytra and we need some shulker boxes so that we can finally start carrying more storage than just what we can fit in our inventory and an ender chest. I love the fact that you can keep your items in a shulker box, break the box and put it in your ender chest. You can carry like hundreds and hundreds of items in your ender chest that way, and that, to me, that's when you can really start working on some really big complicated builds without having to make multiple trips back to your storage room to get tons of supplies. So that is our goal for today. To go exploring in the end, you don't really need a whole lot. You need a couple of stacks of some sort of building block just to be able to get back and forth across the islands, because there's just a big void around the islands and you don't want to fall into that. But, you know, worst case, you can just mine some of the end stone that's in the end and use that for your bridges. So it's not the end of the world if you forget to bring that or if you run out. I'm also, oh, that's right. I installed the second chest in here. I was like, where are all my emeralds? I'm going to bring with me a couple of enchanted books. I want to bring mending, and I also want to bring, I don't need, yeah, might as well. I'm going to bring mending and unbreaking 3. And the reason for that is we are going to get an Elytra, and as soon as we get it, I am going to throw these enchantments on the Elytra to make it last as long as possible, because getting replacement Elytras, it's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. So you want unbreaking 3 so that your Elytra has lots and lots of duration on it, and you want mending so you can heal it without having to get another Elytra or phantom membranes. And then I'm also going to get a couple of iron blocks and iron ingots, and we'll make an anvil to bring with us so that we can go ahead and enchant the Elytra as soon as we find it. Other than that, yeah, that's all we need. Food, blocks, enchantments. I'm going to throw these into my ender chest when I get back to my base. And then there are a few other things that I want to bring with me. You know, this is just like normal. You don't even have to think about bringing it with you. You want to bring a weapon and armor, obviously. There's a lot of endermen in the end. There's also a lot of shulkers. The shulkers aren't really that dangerous, but they hit you with these missiles that make you float up into the air and then you fall. And so you can take a lot of fall damage if you don't have feather falling on your boots. And I'm also going to bring some potions of slow falling just to help with that, and some ender pearls so that if we get floating off way up into the sky, then we can just teleport back down to the ground with the ender pearl and not have to worry about it. And as far as potions go, I think that's it. I don't need any of these other potions. You could bring some potions of swiftness. The end is very big. You're going to be doing a lot of running around. I might as well do that. Why not? And for now, I'm just going to throw all this stuff into my ender chest so I don't have to worry about it being in my inventory. And yeah, I don't need a shovel. Oh, and firework rockets. I'm going to bring a stack of firework rockets. These are super easy to make. You just need some gunpowder and paper. And I think you get 3 rockets for each, for 1 gunpowder and 1 paper. Yeah, I think that's it. So we are ready to go. So we need to get back to the end. Our end portal is like 1,500 blocks. It's about 1,200 blocks in that direction. Get out of here, piglin. And I don't want to run that far overland, so we're going to go through the nether, because last time when I found the end portal, I had the foresight of building a nether portal near it and going through so that it generated the nether portal on the nether side, and that is only like 200 blocks away. So that's going to be much quicker and easier to get to. And I'm just going to jump. Whoosh! And it's about 200 blocks in that direction. So we need to make our way over there. Now, what I did before I started this recording was I went back and rewatched the live stream of the dragon fight and found where I popped out into the nether by the end portal. and wrote down the coordinates, and it's at -30, 240 in the X and Z directions. So it's just a little bit that way and pretty far that way. So I'm just going to tunnel my way over there because I don't think there's a good, clear way to get there from here, just going through that Crimson Forest. I think I have to go around a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of mobs to deal with, and it's not that far, so we're just going to tunnel our way over there. Here we go, 240 in the Z direction, so we'll go a little bit this way in the X direction, and I think I'm actually a little bit above where the portal is, so now that we get to 30 to 40, I'm going to back up a little bit and just kind of stair step my way down, and we'll see if we can break through to where the nether portal is. Alright, so there's Crimson Forest right below me. I'm just going to jump down and take a look around because the portal should be... Oh, yeah, okay, there it is. That was a lot higher. I guess the portal was a lot lower than I thought. Or we started out a lot higher than I thought. I don't know. Yeah, we'll be able to get back. Don't worry. I'm probably not going to keep this portal here because it's in kind of an inconvenient spot. I'll probably just end up relocating it straight up to the tunnel that I just dug, and then eventually building some tunnel systems through the nether to get to different places more easily. But that's not the point of today's episode. So here we are back at the end portal, so we'll jump through and come out in the end. Eventually I want to do something a lot nicer with this too, because I absolutely hate starting on this floating obsidian platform over the void. It just really freaks me out. So I'm probably going to end up building a structure around that with an enclosed hallway to get over here to the main island so that it's not, just really creeps me out. And with that, we are ready to go. So the islands, like this is the central island in the end where you fight the dragon. It's pretty close to 0-0. In fact, I think the dragon's pedestal, the portal back to the overworld, I think it's right at 0-0. The rest of the islands in the end, they are like 1,000 blocks away. And so you could theoretically just build a bridge all the way out to the outer islands, and it's going to take forever, and it's going to be really creepy. Building a bridge over the void for 1,000 blocks. So once you defeat the dragon, one of these little floating portals should appear somewhere around this outer island or central island. Oh, get off me, Enderman. And that will teleport you to a random position on the outer islands. When I say random, I mean it's going to take you to the same position every time you go through it, but it's not like the portal is maps to a specific position every time you play Minecraft. So we need to get up to that portal. There's a good chance we might need to get up to that portal again in the future. So rather than just nerd pulling, I'm going to go ahead and build some stairs. I'm going to come out a little ways, and we'll just kind of stair step our way up with this netherrack. Being oh so careful not to look at any endermen who are trying their hardest to get in my way. And now that we've made it up here, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm actually going to take the time to build some sort of structure around this. And it's not just to make it look nice, although there's certainly that aspect to it. So it actually has more to do with how I plan on getting through that portal. You'll notice the portal is only 1 block tall, and you can't crouch down 1 block tall and get into that little space. So usually what I'll do is I'll just throw an ender pearl into the portal and it will teleport me through to the other side. Instead, I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. I've never done this before, but I'm going to put down some buttons and place some water, and it should fill this whole thing in. I need some water on the other side, and I only brought 1 water bucket, but this should be good enough for now. I can get into this and start swimming, and just like I did with my mining trick to easily mine through a 1 block tall tunnel, we should be able to swim into that space. So if I get in here, start swimming, I can pop right through, and now we are out on the outer island. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Are you kidding me? We came out right in front of an end city, not just in front of an end city, but an end city with an airship that has an elytra in it. That is so good. That is so good, you guys. So before we head over there, I'm going to go ahead and build some stairs getting back up to this. And since I only brought 1 water bucket, that was kind of short-sighted on my part, then we will have to throw an ender pearl through to get back the other side. But I want to go ahead and build the platform back up to the portal so that when we're ready to go, we can just go. Alright, that's good enough for now. Since I don't have the water to do the same swimming technique to get back through the other side. I'm not going to worry about building the whole structure for now. We'll come back and do that later if we ever need to come back. Man, this is incredible. I don't know that I've ever found an end city with an airship without having to build bridges across to other islands. So this is really, really good. And actually we might need to, yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of gap here. Rather than bridging, I'm just going to throw an ender pearl and teleport over there. Okay, so the Elytra is always going to be in one of those floating airships. If you find an end city that doesn't have an airship, you can still loot it to get the shulkers, and there's some chests that have some pretty good loot in these end cities, so you can still do that. But if you're looking for an Elytra, then you want one of the airships. There's another end city right there. This is really good, you guys. So 2 shulkers right off the bat. As soon as these guys see me, they're going to start shooting their missiles at me, and if I get hit, then I'm going to start floating off. So I'm going to run in really fast and try to get under the little lip there. So as soon as I start floating away, I'll just stay in place. You could shoot the shulkers with a bow and arrow and just do it from a distance, and that's a little bit safer. The reason I like to use my sword is because my sword has looting 3, and so I'm going to get more shulker shells from them. Hello. There we go. So you can see I'm floating, but I'm not floating away because I'm under the lip of this thing. But apparently I am still aggroing Endermen. All right, 5 shulker shells right off the bat. Oh, hello. So I'm going to go ahead and put down my ender chest, and we'll get a crafting table, and I brought some dyes with me, why not? And I also brought some wood with me. Unfortunately, I used some of it to make those buttons, so I can only make one shulker box with this. Oops. Oh well. So I will make a shulker box, and then I'm going to dye it yellow and get a yellow shulker box, and we might as well just start throwing our stuff into a shulker box rather than keeping it all loose in our ender chest here. I'm going to throw in my anvil, my enchanted books, and my potions. Turns out I didn't need this potion of swiftness. I'm going to keep the potion of slow falling for the end city that we're about to raid, and yeah, I'll put my rockets in there as well. And then we'll just throw this into the ender chest and walk off. I love shulker boxes, guys. This is one of my favorite things about Minecraft. And I am so glad that we are finally getting some of these things. This is why I don't like waiting too long to go fight the dragon and get to the end, is because I really love getting the Elytra and some shulker boxes. Now these end cities, they are a little bit difficult to navigate because they always have one of these towers that is like this parkour room where you have to jump from platform to platform. I like to just go ahead and put some additional blocks in here so that if I do fall, I don't fall all the way down. And there's usually some shulkers up at the top of this thing that will start shooting at you once you get near the top. So you want to be a little bit careful as you get towards the top of this thing. Yeah, there they are. You can see all these shulkers now. That's actually not a bad thing. I'm going to let myself get hit so that I can just kind of float up and start attacking these guys. And you can see they do a little bit of damage, but with my netherite gear, and they're not going to hurt me too bad. And this whole thing's enclosed, so I don't care that I float all the way up to the top. I actually need to get back down now once this levitation effect wears off and kill off the rest of those shulkers. But that's how I like to handle these rooms. I just let myself get hit and float all the way up and hit as many of them as I can on my way up. Hello, diamonds. I will definitely take those. Now, while I'm here, I'm also going to go ahead and get some of these end rods because these are really good for decorating. They do emit a little bit of light, but it's not really enough to light up a whole area. But they do make for some really good decoration. So we got to the top of that tower, we come out into the open. The airship is in that direction, and there's more end city up there with more shulkers. I'm going to head over to the airship first and get my Elytra. There's going to be a few shulkers over there as well. There's probably going to be a few below me as soon as I drop down here. Yeah, there's one. You can actually hit the missiles and stop them from hitting you. And so if you're really worried about levitating, you can try that. So, getting over to the airship, I could try to throw an ender pearl. That's a little far for my aim, and if I miss, that's going to be bad news. So I'm actually just going to start bridging my way across. You could also come up from below, just build a really tall nerd pole from below, right under the airship. A lot of times these airships will generate over the void, and so that could be a little difficult. This time I just came up through the end city and I'm just going to bridge my way over. And as I get closer, it looks like there's 2 shulkers on the back there. They should actually shoot me, and I can just float the rest of the way across. Like that. This is why it's good to bring a potion of slow falling, because I got hit at the very top of where I should have started to fall back down, and I am really floating away now. There we go, nice and gentle. I don't think there's any more shulkers up here. The Elytra is inside the airship, so I'm going to come down. There's usually one more shulker right in front of it, right there. We'll see what's in these chests. More diamonds, more gold, and the sweet, sweet Elytra. Look at that thing. Love it. So exciting. So we'll go ahead and get out our shulker box that has our enchanted books and anvil. And we will throw mending and unbreaking on this thing. And now, oh yes, love the Elytra. This is, in my opinion, this is reaching a whole new stage of the game. Once you get your Elytra, it's just so much easier to get around and do certain things now. So we could call it here. I put them in my shulker box. I've got, yeah, it doesn't list it. I think I've got about 10 shulker shells, which is enough to make 5 more shulker boxes. I want more. I'm going to go back into the end city. I'm going to fight some more shulkers. I'm also going to come over here and get this dragon head because it looks amazing, and I love to decorate with this thing. There you go. You want to kind of get down on the same level or below it before you break it, because it's just going to fall. And like I said, these airships, they tend to generate right over the void, and you don't want it to drop into the void. So to get back across, I'm going to get me some rockets. Oh, that was dangerous. I just broke my shulker box right on the edge. That thing could have fallen into the void, and that would have been bad news. And here we go. Yes. And it's a little anticlimactic because I've got slow falling, but we are flying. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it. Another good thing to get from these end cities, if you want, is all these purple blocks. They can be really nice to use in builds. And you can make them, but it takes, I forget what it takes to make these things. And why make them when you can just break them yourself from the end cities? So if you want to use these purple blocks or some of the end stone bricks in some of your builds, then by all means just start breaking apart these end cities while you're raiding them. This is really interesting. I've never flown with an Elytra and slow falling at the same time. It is super slow-mo. Okay, I think I got all the shulkers from this city. Sometimes they're underneath the structures, or they'll teleport away after you hit them. And so I'm not going to go around and try to find every last one, especially since there's another end city right there. And I think, yeah, that's the second one that I saw. So I'm going to fly over to that one with my new Elytra. Look, there's a third end city, and that one does have another airship. So I'm going to go get me another Elytra, because why not? And really, you only ever need one. Now that I've got mending and unbreaking, this thing should never break. But you could die, you could drop it in the void, you could fall in the void. If something ever happens where you lose your Elytra, it's nice to have a second one as backup. And if you're playing on a realm, then you could sell these things to other people. Alright, 33 shulker shells, 2 elytras, a bunch of diamond gear, a bunch of diamonds, a bunch of gold. I think we're good. I'm going to go get the other dragon's head. I forgot to get the other dragon's head from the airship. And then I think we're just going to head back. I'm not going to bother with that other... That is a third airship? Are you kidding me? This world, you guys. And look, there's another... No way. No way. There's another airship. I have never seen this many end cities so close together, and I've never seen this many end cities with airships this close together. Wow. This is hands down the luckiest seed I have ever gotten in Minecraft. So yeah, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to get this other dragon's head, and then I'm going to head back. Because apparently, if I ever need to come back for another Elytra, I've got plenty of places to choose from. Now, one last thing that I like to do when I explore end cities, and I'm not always that diligent about it, sometimes I just forget, is I like to go mark them somehow that I've already been here, I've already looted it, there's nothing new to get, so that if I do come back in the future to try to get more shulkers or more Elytras or something, I don't waste my time exploring an end city that I've already been to. So what I'm going to do to mark this is I'm just going to block off the entrance with some netherrack. I didn't do that with the first end city, so I'm going to go back to that one and do the same thing. And I'm also going to get some of this chorus fruit. There's not... I think you can use chorus fruit to like teleport directly to the ground or something. I've never used it for that purpose, but I'm kind of a hoarder. I'm kind of a collector. If it's in Minecraft, I like to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of this chorus fruit. And the way you do this is you want to get a bow and arrow and just shoot it. You want to shoot the fruit off the top of these things. It's going to break off and fall to the ground. And if you just try to break this whole thing, then it's like this, the stalks are going to fall, but not the actual chorus fruit. So you want to break the chorus fruit off first, and then you can get the rest of this stuff. What is this stuff? Okay, that's the chorus fruit, that's the chorus flower. So the chorus flowers you need to break off before you break the whole stalk, and then you'll get a bunch of chorus fruit from that. From this, you can just grow it in the overworld, so you don't have to keep coming back. You don't have to collect a whole lot of this. You can just grow as much as you want in the overworld. So that's good enough for now for something that I'm probably never going to use, and I'm only getting just to say I've got it. This is crazy. I still can't get over how many end cities and how many airships there are so close to just to one another, but also to where the portal will let me out. This is crazy. You guys don't know how lucky this is. Like, I guess you probably do, because a lot of you have played Minecraft a lot longer than I have, but you newcomers out there, y'all don't know how lucky this is to not have to spend hours building bridges across these cities. Oh my goodness, there's another one. They're so close together, I don't even know how to get back to where the portal let me out. I can't navigate by the end cities because there's so many end cities. This isn't even the right one. This is a new one that I've never been to. Oh, look, there's a portal. Okay, so it looks like there's more than one portal. I don't know where and why these things generate, but this one's right here and close to the ground, so I'm going to take this one back to the main island. All of the portals on these outer islands will take you back to the central island, regardless of which one you use to get out here in the first place. So for this one, I am just going to kind of nerd pull up, and then I'll just throw an inner pearl in to get out. Like that. And that's going to take me right back to the precariously positioned obsidian platform. Man, I hate this thing. Alright, so back at my base, I'm going to start a new chest, and I'm in to get some end stone, because I want to mark this as my end stuff. So in the meantime, I'm just going to put some chorus flowers in there, and this is where I'm going to dump all of my end belongings, like my shulker shells, a single purple stair, don't know why I have that. And let me get the other stuff out of here, my end rods. I'll find somewhere to put these dragon heads. This is going to be where I put all my end stuff, like my 34 shulker shells that we can make 17 shulker boxes from. That's fantastic. I'm going to make some shulker boxes. I'm going to dye them. I'm going to name them. I'll start using them for construction projects, for carrying belongings, for holding excess materials like cobblestone and stone once these chests fill up. So yeah, man, shulker boxes. I can't stop going on about how good shulker boxes are and how ecstatic I am to finally have them, and just I'm still kind of speechless as to the luck that I got with this world and having that many end cities with airships so close to one another. That is just amazing. So that's going to wrap it up today, guys. I hope you like the way that this Elytra looks on me, because this is what you're going to be seeing from now on. I probably won't be wearing my chest piece very much, if at all, because who cares about a little bit more armor when you can fly? If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks, y'all, and have a great day.